There's a new Jack in town.
So it's 365 days a year horror. It's horror year round, and I would say it's a more immersive than anything you've ever experienced. Even if you've been to the Halloween Horror Night events and things like that, it's even more immersive. We have all sorts of, not only houses, but all sorts of different characters within the warehouse that kind of share a story with you, and you can stand and talk to them and things like that. So yeah, horror 365 days a year.
The one thing I think that's unique about this space, because it's year round, is that we also took a stop at the very beginning and said what needs to be different than what we see our guests experiencing not only in our parks, but also in the world of horror in general. And what we felt was that the style of entertainment is very momentary. It is something that you come in contact with quickly and then you move across it. And what we felt was this is a space now with the food and beverage opportunities, with the food and the social kind of environments that we've created, is that you can stay here as long as you wanted. And with that, we wanted to provide characters that Nate created with stories of content that have depth to them. So if you wanted to spend 5 minutes with a character or 25 minutes with a character, you felt like this content was basically deep in its narrative. It felt like it was interactive and at the same time changing. Maybe more times that you come back, it can evolve into different types of stories that you interact with. And we thought that was something that was special, that was unique. The wonderful thing that we've got most excited about is because now having a year-round calendar for our guests to experience horror, is that during the given year, we see this space actually evolving with our guests. And what that looks like, we're not going to tell you, but we are going to tell you that we definitely love what we've also been a part of our audience for over 35 years with Halloween Horror Nights. And how they grow and how they change, we've always felt that we want to hear what they have to say, and we want to grow with them. So the stories that we tell you, the environments that you see, and the characters that you come in contact with, we see those things also growing with our audience, and this space will be different every time you come back.
You can definitely make every month scary, I promise. It was exciting to bring back a house that's done really well for us, not only in Orlando but also in Hollywood. The Scarecrow House, one of the best houses I think that was ever created, and really kind of plus it up and take it to a new level. We fully realized the ending like we've never done before, and we've got a really neat thing where you get to stand there and experience the dust storm while you're in it, a story moment right in the middle of the space. So we got to have a lot of fun with that, and I always like an original idea.
But also by design, we picked the 4 different houses to work well together. So in some aspects, they each fill a very, very critical role for us. Not only from the level of scare to the intensity of it, to maybe the textures and the environments that are more claustrophobic than spectacle. But for me, be able to build a place like this and lean on our 100-year history of Universal Monsters. The Universal Monster House is probably my favorite because it tells the story of Universal. It tells the story to the different characters, their wonderful environments from Dracula's Castle to the Black Lagoon to basically the crypts of the Mummy. But at the end and the beginning, we're able to kind of start you off with a story, which starts all of these wonderful environments, and that we basically takes you to Van Helsing's crypt, where it tells you the stories that you think these monsters are not real, you think they're just folklore and legend. He's here to tell you that they are real, and for the first time, you have to experience the world he's experienced as you make your way into the house.
We're always looking into the future, right? And we're always, 3, 4, 5 years ahead and thinking through what we're going to do. One of the greatest things that we do and that our fans love with horror is that it is always constantly changing and evolving, and we're listening to the fans. And so, yes, we obviously have ideas and ways that we can evolve not only this space, but then, we already announced Chicago, and we're building a brand here, so, other spaces in the future. So we have a big 3-year plan, 5-year plan, 10-year plan. We, on a whole bunch of whiteboards and things. But yeah, we have a lot of stuff planned, but won't go into exact detail on that.
I will say, by design too, the building itself that we're standing in is built with tons of flexibility to it. There's an area that we call Premier House that right now showcases all of our basically current horror product with Universal Blumhouse. But we see that space evolving in ways to bring in new film properties, to bring in filmmakers and cast members, to do signings and interactions. And so we think there's an opportunity that a horror community will start to find this is a place you want to come to year-round for different types of activations, different types of social activities. Even if you want to come and build a wedding, surprisingly here, you can do those type of things. But yes, we see this space being that type of flexible and that type of content change.